Hi viewers, Purple Celery here. Welcome back to my channel. I was not expecting to make a video so soon after my previous one of 3 days ago, but some big Doctor Who related news has dropped recently, and I wanted to share with you guys tonight about how I feel about this and how it's going to affect me and indeed the rest of my country. The big news in question is the BBC's deal with Disney Plus, which, in case you aren't aware, is a big streaming service. The outcome of this deal is essentially that the BBC is still going to have the rights to broadcast new episodes of Doctor Who within the UK and, I believe, Ireland. Outside of the UK and Ireland, however, all new episodes of Doctor Who are going to be streamed through Disney Plus. And here in Australia, this means that the ABC will no longer be showing episodes of Doctor Who. In order to watch new episodes of Doctor Who in Australia, one will have to subscribe to Disney Plus. Just for some context, and especially for those of you who might be watching outside of Australia, the ABC is the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. It's basically our equivalent of the BBC. It's the government-owned free-to-air network. The ABC has had a long and proud association with Doctor Who. It started airing Doctor Who in early 1965, I believe, so pretty soon after it first appeared in the UK. It's continued to show Doctor Who over the years. When the show was rebooted in 2005, the ABC gave it a primetime slot on Saturday nights. I also read somewhere that back in the 70s and 80s, the ABC also partially funded Doctor Who. And apparently some missing episodes were actually located in Australia following I believe that there was like a viewer who may have videotaped some episodes from the ABC and they later turned up at, I think, like a garage sale or something. All this is me trying to say that the ABC has had a long association with Doctor Who. It's actually, I think, our second longest running show after Four Corners on the ABC, Four Corners being a current affairs program. And to have Doctor Who taken off the ABC so suddenly and abruptly like this has come as a real shock to people. For the first time ever, Australians aren't going to have Doctor Who for free. In order to watch Doctor Who, we'll have to pay for it. I guess, practically speaking, there are going to be 3 options going forward. The first option is signing up to Disney Plus to watch the episodes. The second option will be waiting until the episodes come out on DVD, if that is, they are still going to be producing DVDs. The third option is pirating Doctor Who. Now, I don't believe in pirating. I am like a bit of a rule tool. I don't believe in breaking the law. I don't condone breaking the law. So the third option isn't really an option. The second option, waiting for the DVDs, if the DVDs are going to be made, could be feasible, but the downside is that they normally come out months, if not like a year, after the episodes first drop. And for the casual viewer, that might be okay. For more hardcore viewers such as myself, it doesn't really work, especially because I make these YouTube videos of Doctor Who. I review the episodes as soon as possible after they come out. So making videos months and months after the episode has dropped and the conversation has moved on isn't really feasible for somebody in my position. It's also really hard in this day and age to avoid spoilers on the internet as well, which really only leaves the first option, signing up to Disney Plus, as the only feasible option. For me personally, that really sucks. I'm not a huge fan of Disney in question. I'm not really into Star Wars. I'm not really into Marvel, which seems to be making up the bulk of their category. I'd only be signing up to Disney Plus to watch Doctor Who. And I'm very, very fortunate in some respects because I make a salary which is comfortable enough to enable me to sign up to Disney Plus. But there are other people in Australia who are doing it tough. families with kids on budgets, pensioners, people with disabilities, just people in general who might not have the budget to be able to afford signing up to Disney Plus. And that's not to mention too the people in Australia who live in like regional or remote areas who might not have a reliable internet and might not be able to stream shows like Doctor Who through streaming services. What I'm trying to say here is that moving Doctor Who from the ABC to Disney Plus is going to make it a lot less accessible to Australians overall. And that really makes me sad. I get that overall the move to Disney Plus will probably be a net benefit if you look at it from like a global perspective. I know that for Americans it's probably going to be a good move because they'll have like a reliable source with which to watch Doctor Who. For people in the UK it's not going to change much because they'll still be getting Doctor Who through the BBC. But for us Australians it is a loss. We really are the losers in this move. And yeah, I feel quite sad and frustrated about that. I know that if you're watching outside of Australia, you're probably thinking like, you know, well, suck it up, princess, first world problems, big deal, you know, that's just the world that we live in. And yeah, look, you know, on some level, I totally get that. I also totally get for the BBC, it's a business deal. It's not something to be taken personally, I suppose. At the end of the day, the BBC has a duty, I suppose, to look after the British population first and foremost. But I guess it feels like, you know, like a big sibling, little sibling relationship in some ways. And it kind of feels like the big sibling has just kicked the little sibling in a part of the body where it hurts a lot. I know that like a lot of my fellow Aussies are sad about this as well. I really have not seen many Australians who think this is a good move. I guess it is what it is. And you know what? There's really only one way to get our vengeance or whatever for this, and that's to become a bloody republic. Anyway, what do you guys think about it? If you're an Aussie or, you know, or not an Aussie, please let me know what you think about this move. Does it benefit your country? Is there no change for your country? Does it suck for your country? I would love to hear your thoughts, so leave them in the comments section below. And if you've liked this video, give it a like, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, as always.